Right, let's see what the weather's doing. Neighbours are building. Today's vlog, apart from doing the work and stuff, I wanted to talk about my 3D printer, the CEL Robox printer. I got it about a month ago and I've been playing with it, and obviously with everything there's a massive learning curve with new technology and all the rest of it. But I think that I've got some pretty good results out of it. One thing, you know, fuck it. I know I was supposed to be talking about my 3D printer today, and I've done some bits on it, and I might video something later, but right now I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything all day and it's 10 to 4 in the afternoon. So I'm starving. I'm going to make some pasta, I think. Right, well, after being fed and got my work completed, I thought I'd talk about the 3D printer, right? So this is the Robox CEL Robox printer. It's a single extruder with dual heads. Let me open up this little door here. It's a single extruder with dual heads here. And basically one's a 0.3mm, one's a 0.8mm, and it allows for greater detail, you know, on finer parts, or you can do coarse parts with the thicker head. Now obviously my learning curve on this is quite high, and I chose this one specifically for the fact that it's a UK built machine. The guys that make it don't make, well, they don't specialize in 3D printers, they specialize in power tools, and they needed something to do their prototypes on. So they spent a lot of money on other printers and faffing about with other ones, so they thought, well, may as well make our own. So that's what they did. And the cool thing about that is the head, this bit here, just block that out, this bit here is interchangeable. So they've just brought out a dual extruder, so you can put two filaments in, two different colors, and the reel sits on the side here. The one I've got a green one, green ABS I think it is, that came with the machine. I'm going to order some white PLA. I'm going to go to PLA. You can change it to a dual extruder, so you can put two different materials in, whether it be a Ninja Flex material, a wood, a vinyl, a nylon, carbon fiber, whatever you want, right? One of the other heads that they were talking about was putting on a laser engraver for doing engraving or laser cutting, I assume, depending on how big they get the tube in there. And the other one was a CNC router head. I'd like to think that in the future you could 3D print something in a rough format on the entire bed and then detach the extruder head and put the CNC head on, and it would go and do the finer details. That would be a really cool trick to do. I haven't heard anyone speak about that or anything. I just thought that might be a good combination of the two technologies. The other reason why I chose this one is because it has a lockable door. This door is, when it starts to print, it's lockable, and it stops little girls from putting their fingers in, because the printer doesn't care what goes on inside there. Even if you put your fingers in, it'll still burn them. And then that head's running at 230 degrees and the bed's running at 120, 125, so it's all very safe. It won't unlock the door until it's safe to open, etc. with regards to the actual learning curve itself, you quickly get to learn what you can and can't do. I'll show you what you can't do. Well, so far out of a reel, and I'm probably halfway through, well, 3/4 of the way through the reel. They're my cock-ups. So, you quickly learn how to save, because that's money. You know what I mean? The main reason why I bought one is that I'm doing some work for Battersea Dogs Home, and I'm doing some signage, and I wanted to do some prints for some signage. So I've been printing out the totem structures, and well, I sprayed that one white, but little totem structures just so that I can visualize what the signage is, and the detail's really good. I also made some clips to hold my plinth on my kitchen. Kept falling down when the robot hoover went round and kept knocking it over. So I just quickly knocked up, took 5 minutes to model up some of these little clips with holes. Printed 2 of them out. Well, I printed 3. You only used 2, but and then clipped them in. And now the plinth doesn't fall over when the hoover hits it. So, there's other things like a lot of the things I'm printing at the moment are non-functional pieces. Like I did some work recently for Orem, which is the Henry Watt University up in Scotland, and this is the Orem logo. And I redrew this. I wanted to see how well the printer did with fine detailing in here. And this was the first cock-up. This is the second cock-up, but they're 2 different sizes. So it didn't handle the detail very well, but it did it all right when you blew it up a bit bigger. And now they're coasters. Or Christmas decorations. That's one thing that my daughter thought would be a good idea. And I've been mucking about with my own logo. Once you get into the robot software, which is the Automaker, you can start messing around with whether you want the front faces filled in, whether you want infill, all the rest of it. So this is my attempt at the Pickled Spider logo. It's backwards there, upside down. The Pickled Spider logo, with a view of having no infill, no back, no front, just the 2 front, just the side. So the software is really good. A lot of people are saying that it's not intuitive. You just got to use your brain and don't just spend a minute on it and dismiss it. Get into it and get working on it. And then I was asked today to print out a mobile phone holder for an iPhone 6, and I went on Thingiverse and I found this one. On Thingiverse. Just look for post-it note phone holder, and again, no sides, twin layer thickness. And then I did another one which was a single layer, no side, and it actually has a bit of give in it. And when you put the phone in, so it's not so rigid, it's quite flexible. So if you're on the train or something and you're watching something on the train and it bobbles around a bit, this can take up some of the absorption and stop the phone rattling around. I thought that was quite neat. So yeah, it's a very, very good printer. It's better than, it prints better than some of the other ones I've seen online and I've seen in person. And I'm offering it to my clients as a service. At the moment, I'm offering them a really discounted rate. I only ask them just to buy the filament that they need to print the stuff, and I'll just, give me the model and I'll print it out. I mean, I can muck about with the model here; it's not a problem. So yeah, I really, really enjoy having one. It's a really handy tool, and there are loads of applications throughout the house, throughout my life. And the fact that now I can teach my daughter how to create stuff. The kids nowadays are too busy becoming very, very, very consumer orientated rather than creative orientated. And I would rather her say, "Let's create this, Daddy," rather than "Buy me this, Daddy." I'd rather her eventually, in a couple of years, to be able to sit down in front of a Mac or a PC or whatever she's running. And be able to create something and print it and then have it, So we'll see. It's definitely a good purchase. As I say, British manufacturer, build quality is fantastic. It is a little noisy. I did have it originally, in this cupboard, and that's why I have this cupboard here with my other big printer on there. But I had to take it out because it was taking about half an hour to cool down before the door because there's no venting. I had the backs already out of this cabinet, but it wasn't enough. So either I fit some extracts on there and link it up and power it into the power in here. But I don't want to start messing around with circuitry in there because it's a 2-year warranty on it. So it's pretty good. So yeah, CEL Robox, check them out. They're a good buy.